the hallway,
bro.
or when they seen the freak off video.
Yeah, we haven't.
Y'all, everybody that's like Free Diddy, y'all ain't seen no freak
we ain't
off.
even.
What we posted every Friday. See them corner emojis, then you know wild. Jaded Gemini till the day I die, and I'ma talk my shit, but I don't play both sides.
Consequences have actions.
Mr. Sean Diddy Combs has finally been sentenced, y'all.
Yep, until Trump lets him out.
You think Trump gonna let him out?
Hell yeah, I think Trump's gonna let him out. You know why?
Why?
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Man.
You already know. And what's up, y'all? It's your favorite YouTube couple. We back at it again. Back again. Top 5, top 10. And, you know, it's funny because I told y'all Diddy was going to at least get 5 to 10 for all that abominatory behavior that he was doing.
A poor man would have got more, but...
A poor man would have got life. Life.
This is insane to me. Diddy is getting 4 years, a.k.a. 50 months. I hate when they do that. 50 months. Like, you trying to make it sound way longer than it is.
You want to hear it sounding real gangster?
What?
Bro, you got to do 16 seasons.
Go to jail just for that statement right there.
Who, me? Mm-hmm. Damn. Free me. Till it's backwards. Nah, but I just didn't like the schmuck-ass energy that his family had, like on that. Oh, he's coming home, like... They had like the free puffy t-shirts. He had his sons out there. It was just like Run's house, bro, or something like that. That was what it was reminiscent of.
Yeah, I've seen that they like tried to drop this video or like the video they showed to the court to trying to portray him as a good person. Reality, they just focus more on him being a good family member. So it's funny you said that because it's like, okay, bro doesn't abuse the members of his family. Cool. But we have him on video abusing people verbally, physically,
emotionally, spiritually.
Right, because we can't say SA because they didn't get those charges to stick, but the charge is perverse in nature because it has to do with the trafficking.
They had to get him on a technicality because there's no baby oil charge, basically.
Right.
Like, let's be real, bro. You would not let this type of dude hang around your family.
No.
Ever. That's why he's been getting unfollowed. And honestly, all the people that defended this man, especially now, even though they got him on the technicality until Trump come get his ass out, bro. Y'all nasty. We see y'all.
Yeah,
we can see y'all.
All the unks and the wet between the leg aunties that need to take several seats. We see you. We see you on social media acting like Diddy about to pay your rent next month.
Yeah, and they let Jeffrey Epstein out on a technicality the first time too. That's unfortunately how this country operates. But people always love to, you know, put their blinders up when it's convenient or when it's something that hits a little too close to home. The stiletto or the yutta or the force fit almost.
You know what I keep seeing the unks say?
What?
How is he getting 4 years for being a John?
Being a John?
He's not being a John.
He's being I can't even say that. I'm trying not to get, in trouble, but like he's being the ultimate John. If he's John, he's Johnny Depp.
Like he is flying out a woman
Johnny Cash
from, this is just a figure of speech, mind you. He's flying a woman out from Utah to Miami and then flying her back to Utah the same weekend. And then after she touches down, he's flying a bitch out from Maine to Miami.
And he's flying drugs.
Oh, yeah. Then there's little stuff in the plane.
And some nigga named the Punisher.
But like Daniel said, there's no law against being a deviant. Like, adults can do what they do. Now, when consent gets involved, you get in trouble. When, what is the word? Legislator? What is that? Legislation? regional jurisdiction. That's what it's called. When it comes to
ICDC.
things being happening in certain areas and being, you can't do that, bro. Them boys get involved.
You wouldn't let this play the clip, man. I'm tired of people just nasty, dog. It make you think, man. I'm glad y'all showed y'all baby oil
with the diddler.
Because little baby oil ain't a problem, but y'all.
In prison. It comes after he was convicted in a case earlier this summer involving sex worker violence and freak-offs. TMZ following the story from the beginning to this.
Can you imagine the word freak-off being in your thing?
Could you imagine her knowing that she had to talk about this today and then she wore all white? Could you imagine?
Like, bro.
Point, Michael Babcock, this was the trial that we thought would never end, and we were surprised by the day. And now Judgment Day has arrived. What do you make of it?
Hey, Angie,
4 years.
I thought listening to everything that was happening in the courtroom today, I thought that he was going to receive a harsher sentence. It's not what Diddy wanted. Diddy had asked through his defense attorneys for nothing more than 14 months. Obviously,
what didn't Diddy do?
This is well more than that. But the reality is that the prosecutors had asked for 11 years and 3 months at a minimum. That's 135 months. So he ultimately gets 50 months.
They try to give him 32
in
seasons,
jail, which he will serve in a federal prison. But you've got to also consider, Angie, that he has already served 12 months. Also, will get some credit for some other things. Don't have to necessarily serve every single second of the time. So I think what you're ultimately looking at here is Diddy serving about 2.5 more years in a federal prison.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, he's not really even going to be there for that long. And I'm sure the victims are very scared.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's scared too, because I think it's been a long year for his ass. And I think for somebody like him, a year is an eternity. And he better hope that people don't want him like the last person that was on his type of time. Because the worst place that you could be right now is in federal prison, where there ain't that many cameras on your cell. And people could just come in and out willy-nilly, and then they could lose the footage, and then they could find the footage, but it could be altered, and you could have your eyes popping out like somebody got to you, but they'll just say that nobody got to you.
His law team said that somebody tried to stab him in there, and that leaving him in there is not a good idea because people are trying to make a name for themselves by stabbing Diddy.
Bro, you made a name for yourself all over the country. And basically, because of the statute of limitations, you got away with most of it because people were too terrified to say something. The fact that you got any time for this at all, bro, is because people couldn't look them victims in their face and be like, hey, I let that dude go.
Yeah.
After everything they've seen. And from what I've seen, they even allowed people to not only look into the things that he was found not guilty of and consider them in the sentencing, but also not throw things out completely where, like, you shouldn't even be able to even make mention of shit like that. But they couldn't, in good faith, I think, do that. When you see Cassie get beat down the hallway, or when they seen the freak off video.
Yeah, we haven't.
Y'all, everybody that's like Free Diddy, y'all ain't seen no freak off.
Yeah, we ain't even seen the half of it.
But y'all probably throw your own.
Not what the defense wanted, but also not what the
prosecution wanted. Is that Diddy on the floor crying?
They wanted a far more serious sentence here.
Yeah, and it
you won.
What seemed like
you over here crying.
The emotional day there in the courtroom, his family and himself laying it on thick there with the judge, and the judge almost reciprocating, acknowledging that he thinks that he's a good father, a good family man, doesn't doubt that, but cannot look away from how he yielded his power in certain situations and manipulated people and hurt them.
Right. I know. I think that's a great analysis of it, Angie. He said just because you're important to people and you've done nice things, you've done philanthropic things for people, that does not take away the violent acts that you have also perpetrated. And
because I think, okay, bro, if you really did change, you should be like, yeah, I need my ass whooped for this judge.
Bro, your freaky ass should love jail. I don't even know why you're pressed. You can have a freak off in jail, nigga.
So your freaky ass should love jail.
No, I'm saying there's a lot of punishers in there, bro. You like that, Diddy. Oh, when it's like What's the problem?
Bro, here's his mom that you were talking about.
I mean, there's no drugs. There's no.
Uncle Andy in the Bronx. Mitch. How you doing, ladies? How you doing? You guys have a good day now. Don't rush it, Mama comes. Don't rush it. It's a little slippery right there.
This is crazy.
All right. How you doing today? All right. You gonna be all right till the third? Sarah, come here too.
Ma'am, you're on camera.
Let her in right here.
Ma'am. Just booger picking.
Sometimes you gotta pick your
You know how we
boogers.
do. You know how we do. You know how we do.
Bro, who is this version recording?
You know how we do.
You know how we do.
Is that like a freak off attendee or something? Is that what you're talking about?
My dog does not look like he dressed for court. They said, what a slap in the face to the victims. No, for real.
Puff doesn't belong in here for this. He's the bad boy. There are other bad boys.
I honestly think that judge
Auntie.
just did not want to let Trump have the shine when he gets him out.
Maybe. I feel like it's redundant because he's going to get the shine anyway.
Nah, because the sentence is going to be over. Your ass is going to sit.
Man.
Your ass is going to sit. And I just hope that when he gets out, people remember that and watch for him. Because like I said, they let the last guy out. And if you think that somebody with that much power and influence and that is that much of not a family man is not going to do that again, you're crazy, bro. You're delulu.
4 years is crazy.
He's just thinking about the next never, I can't even say it, but like he's not worried about nothing that me or you would be worried about who's watching this. Trust and believe.
The judge looked Diddy right in the face right before handing him a 4-year sentence and said,
Dude,
you will forever be associated with Cassie and Jane.
really
You can't wash them
stylish
away.
right
this
now, yeah.
after his attorney spent hours defending his character. Brian Steele said Diddy
I was
is a
expecting
leader,
her to have a British
civil rights
accent,
leader.
though.
Talked about his success and how he's given back to his community. He talked about the charter schools that he started. They also said that he shouldn't be punished for being an addict and that he got addicted to painkillers after getting surgery. They said that everything has been taken away from
booty
him.
addict?
His freedom, his businesses, his reputation destroyed. They even said the money is gone. But they say despite all the bad things he's done, he's still a good man and that he needs help with his anger and drug addiction. So then the defense went back and talked about when the prosecution said that he already has speaking engagements lined up. And they said, no, it's not speaking engagements. It's teaching engagement. In fact, he plans to be a motivational speaker of.
Yeah, so what she's talking about is this dude Diddy had set up a public speaking event in Miami for next week. Like, bro really thought that he was going to be free, of a walking free man on the street. Like, he didn't think he was going to get any time at all, which is crazy. I mean, he's kind of not getting any time. Was the time served? Like,
No, I'm telling you right now, and everybody that feels like he got off, that type of nigga, bro, he's had the longest year. And I honestly, I don't know if he's going to be like as blatant with it. He's going to be like, I'm a chill, bro.
He's going to be the people's champ when he gets out. He's going to be doing fundraiser events. He's going to be doing little... Why?
Nigga, he's going to be doing baby oil events. He's going to be doing...
I'm just saying, on the forefront, though, when he gets out, on the forefront, on the surface...
He's going to be the Brickle Booty Bandit. He's going to be the Star Island Sphincter Slayer, right? He's going to be...
Whoop-de-doo.
Bro. Yo.
Of sorts, going from prison to prison to program to help inspire people and use his own story of hitting rock bottom to show that you can pick yourself back up again. They said it's healing. Now, the prosecutor spoke one last time, saying that Diddy showed us exactly who he was when he didn't know the cameras were rolling in that hotel attack video. And then we heard for the first time from Diddy himself. When it was his turn to talk, he sat in the chair a little bit longer, flipping through the pages of what he wrote down, before he stood up in place and put his hand over his face, moved his hand, and then said, "Thank you, Judge, for giving me the opportunity to speak for myself." He said the hardest part about this process was having to stay silent and not express how sorry he is. His voice was shaky and he was on the verge of tears. He offered an apology to Cassie, her family, and to Jane. He was wearing glasses, one of his crew neck sweaters, and he had a full beard. His hair was grown out too, still gray. He kept looking down at his paper and then back up at the judge. Fighting back tears, he said, "I got lost in excess and ego." He said, "I'm humbled and broken to my core. I hate myself right now." And then he turned around to the gallery and his voice gave out when he said, "I'm sorry, Mom. I failed you as a son." After Diddy was done, the judge called for a break. Now we are already 6.5 hours into this hearing. During the break, you could see that Diddy was antsy because it was time for the judge to sentence him. He was rubbing his face. He kept putting his hands in his face. It was time for the judge to speak, and he reiterated that Diddy was only being sentenced for the Mann Act.
People saying that his money is not dried up. Y'all really need to take a 12 step off your high horse and realize he just got sued by like everybody and their mother, a lot of which he couldn't even fight because he was not out to fight it, right? Then he had, from what I read today, Brian Steele was one of his lawyers. Bro, that dude is not cheap. These hours that these lawyers, I was waiting all day for what was going to happen for this. Every hour that he had them people away from their families fighting this case for the last year, you best believe he's been paying top dollar for it. Then you want to talk about the endorsements that this man's must have lost?
The Revolt TV, all that stuff.
So, yeah, he's still got more money than you, but he is not the Diddy that he was. And you're going to see a lot of them people that were so loyal. You're going to see how that plays out, too. But man, I'm telling you right now, that many months,
everything he heard during
not
the trial.
good for him.
He started off by saying, "Listen, Mr. Combs, I know your accomplishments, that you're self-made, that you're an inspiration to your community. I know about your accomplishments, your struggles, that you're a father, that you're struggling with drug addiction. I understand it all. However," and that's when the judge went off, saying the freak-offs were not just sex, drugs, and rock and roll. He said, "You abused the power and control that you had over women that loved you. That I heard Cassie's testimony. I saw the text, the evidence, the bruises. I know that 2 women contemplated taking their lives because of you. Said these are serious offenses and you've done irreparable damage to these women. Said despite what the defense says about the prostitution charges, you were no John. You were more." He then said, "I understand multiple people have
You're John Wayne,
say you're a
Gacy
man." But he said, "Remember when you beat Jane when you were under investigation? And this was after Cassie's lawsuit and after the hotel attack video? You didn't seem remorseful then." He said, "Do you remember when you taunted her while you were beating her and said, 'Is this coercion?' So with that, he said, I want to send a message to victims and abusers that you will be held accountable." And then laid out that he will be sentenced to 50 months in prison. When the judge read the sentence, both Diddy and his family didn't express much emotion. It was a stark contrast to the excitement and the standing ovation that he received when he was acquitted of 3 of the most serious charges he was facing. At one point, when the judge was talking about Cassie's victim impact statement, Diddy just shook his head. The judge then thanked Cassie, saying, "I'm proud of you for coming here and saying what really happened." Leaving off with, "You stood up to power."
Man.
Uncle Andy in the Bronx. Mitch.
I feel bad for Cassie and them. Because I know this does not feel like a win at all.
Shit, at least he didn't get to just walk out of there.
Yeah, and you know that's why they were quiet, because they thought it was going to be okay, we're going to put you into a rehab. Nah, bro.
Nah, they freaky ass need to learn too, bro, because this does need to happen, because if people really are taking a stance against this type of behavior, if they really want them files released, if people are really on that, nothing about this should be okay with you. And he black, they're trying to take a black man.
Yeah, like cut that out, bro.
He is not Malcolm X, bro.
Like, please.
P. Diddy.
This is Puffy.
This is take that.
This is Denny's.
Go listen to some Biggie songs and realize that was his A&R, and listen to the freakiness.
I'm so fucking handsome, take a bitch for ransom. Yeah, you had some plans, but she not finna answer. For the Gemini, she gon' cut you off like cancer. End of the day, I'ma skate, switch your stance. Ain't no debate, need a plate for the stance. Yeah, I'm about my cape, if you ain't, get your bands up. Hundreds in the safe, they don't fold, they don't fan up. Nigga, when you piss, D stand up, playing boss.